Corina, the queen of my hat. The next one up, I'll tell you that part.
Okay, so first of all, thanks Brian for the intro to letterboxing, although he did not, for the record, give himself enough credit because he carved most of the stamps and dealt with my incessant questions about like what was okay in letterboxing culture and what would get my hand hand slapped by the community and all of that stuff. So he did like half the work basically. So and yeah, hopefully we'll do more of that. So what I am about to read, it's out of date because it's actually a Yuletime poem that I wrote. So I wrote it right before Yule, like the day before Yule. I think I finished it. But I'm still going to read it because it's been a while since I read something and it's fun and silly. So in kind of the Gaelic Germanic pagan historical realm, there's kind of the battle of the trees, right? Oak governs half the wheel of the year and holly governs the other half of the year. And two battles are fought between the two brothers, Oak King and the Holly King. In the middle of summer, the Holly King wins, and then the year descends into darkness. And then at Yule, they battle again, and the Oak King wins. And then the days become longer once more, and the nights become shorter, and we're into spring and we're into summer, and thus turns the wheel of the year. So there's the backstory in case anybody is unfamiliar with that bit of mythology. So this poem, or dramatic enactment if you prefer, is titled is preferred the dramatic enactment. The Oak King and the Holly King are brothers, and it's based on a true story, but a very embellished true story. Okay. I bought hot cocoa and some funny socks, and I was in the Target parking lot. Walking the bleak asphalt divide, I viewed a tree on either side. Oak and holly, I thought. Soon the battle shall be fought. Let's take a moment for an aside. In Florida, they flourish side by side. For here, the Oak King and the Holly King implore Grandma to give up her keys, and the more convincing of the brothers shall drive her sedan until midsummer. Well, that's not exactly true. And in places where winter happens, back to the holly, berries bright, half the year shielded from sight by oaken boughs so densely green. Yet come winter, he sets the scene. The alleged contest for his fame was fought midsummer against the same Oak King, regent of the wood, who's come again, just as he should. And win this time, the Oak King will. The winter shall remain still. Are we sure we have this right? Are we so certain that they'll fight? In the Target lot, they seem content, grown in the grass atwixt cement. This question silently, expecting no answer from a tree. Yet a gentle whisper brushed my ear so soft, barely I could hear. A great old oak I am not, planted in this parking lot. Yet I know what all oaks know, even here where there is not snow. The wheel of the year continues round, and humans are with customs bound to mark the turn of dark and light, and you seem to require a show of might. I'd prefer peace, I said, sighed, drawing some looks from passers-by. We have peace, the oak replied, but your stories reflect what you hold inside. Yes, we are brothers. Words from berries bright came like a chime of ice on ice. Though I won't claim to be the winter king, in the song of seasons all hollies sing. Our part is the part of cold and dark, but at winter's depth glows a spark The sun is reborn at that hour, and the Oak King returns to claim his power. I grant him his turn as he grants mine. At summer's height for berry boughs vine, we both linger in our brother's land and do our work hand in hand. The land must rest if she is to yield. And like grain born from a followed field, in silence rests the spark of song, in darkness light, though night seems long. Humans pursue ease and wealth at the cost of Gaia's health. We turn the wheel to keep our mother. We have no quarrel with one another. I could guess, but asked the question. So the conflict is our own projection? Crazy me, speaking with trees, but branches nodded in the breeze. The battle rages in your heart, this conflict between light and dark. The very struggle to survive, to defeat death, to remain alive. For humankind, life can be more than evolution keeping score. You can tell a different story with peace as the true path to glory. So I agreed to give account, I vowed, and performed a clumsy bow in thanks for the wisdom offered me by the oak and holly tree. So, the battle of the trees is rather the brotherhood of these, I gather, each a station of the year, turning seasons far than near. At close this blessing I shall say, on the lesser wheel of night and day, we all choose our paths anew, and a peaceful path I wish for you.
Bravo, bravo.
Thanks.
Very nice. And the costuming and everything, it was amazing.
Well, otherwise you won't know which tree is talking, so. Am I the last person?